Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across our beloved empire, or if you're a part of the future, good afternoon, good evening as well. You're on Arnold HoloNet News, the only news you'll ever need because you have no other choice. And today's gonna be a busy Thursday, my friends. Let's start this off right. Just a heads up, 3.5 hours from now, we are gonna be testing the brand new Starros. Some interesting new details about the character, by the way, that we're gonna go over in this video here in regards to her expectations and intentions. Spoiler, might not even be part of the Dr. Aphra team, which might be a good or bad thing, depending on how you look at the situation. But more importantly today, we have our first look at Guild Event Token 3 currency. Makes me wonder what we're gonna be able to farm with that. And we also have to remind you of a big video that we made a while ago in regards to getting ready for the new update. And it looks like the big update that was talked about in the road ahead is gonna be happening likely next week. It's in certification, as we're gonna remind you, and a couple other freebie stuff that I wanna make sure you guys are getting to maximize your free-to-play enjoyment of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I wanna start off with this really quickly. We're just gonna unlock Hondo while we're here. Hondo just became free-to-play farmable. Holy cow. 8 energy on the Cantina. A very, very generous spot to put the guy. Now, here's the thing. I mean, of course, he's needed for Dr. Aphra, so that already makes him important, most likely. At the time, right now, he's not really an important character. He's just like an okay, cutesy character. You can do some funny stuff. You can put a lot of dodge in, but he hasn't been like a super impactful character on Star Wars Galaxy. So unless you're going for Dr. Aphra, there's probably not a need to farm him now, but I have a feeling they want to make this character more important. Maybe like, I don't know, some like early game Phoenix type of thing here. But more importantly, before we get too caught up in the details, because most of you guys only can stick around about 7 minutes on average, I want to make sure this is on your radar. We made a video about this. I'm not going to go into great depth on this. Check it out. It's in regards to a huge change coming to the scavenger unintentionally, and CG still to this day has not acknowledged this. But if you don't do this, follow what I talk about in this video, you're likely going to lose out on thousands of dollars of relic materials, whether you're free to play, pay to play, it doesn't matter. It's going to affect everyone because as they're doubling the gear, they are kind of having the value of your current gear. So long story short, one, check out the video. I have a spreadsheet on what gear to scrap if you're being conservative. But long story short, because of this update likely coming next week, as we see here, the data mines are showing it's showing up in certification, which usually means about a week from now or so it's going to happen. So maybe closer to next week, do it. Make sure you're scrapping pretty much everything that's non-Cairo, non-Gear 12. And that's kind of the long story short of it. But if you want to be a bit more conservative, maybe save like a couple Carbantes, but there's no need to save too much because they're doubling the gear, as we saw on the road ahead. So please, 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 I'm trying to put this on your radar multiple times so you guys don't get screwed over, but it's happening soon, likely in the next week or so here. Dark Talon is also accelerated, so double drop for Dark Talon, which is kind of nice. Hondo, we already talked about, is already going to be a Cantina 1D character, very, very easy to acquire. Let's talk about a few things. Actually, no. I want to talk about these other few things before we talk about the few things in regards to Sana. Make sure you get the free calendar. There's a free calendar. I already claimed it. It's got Mara Jade shards inside of it, so that's great for my free-to-play account because we're currently farming Mara Jade. But on top of that, boy, if you're farming for Star Killer right now, this is a great time. We just came off double drops. The Astronauts was already quadruple farmed during double drops, and now they're adding a limited additional drops to Dash Rendar and the Cantina battle. So wow, that's gonna be starting on December 2nd through December 3rd. So a very short window of time, but interesting to note. Oh no, Gary, oh gosh. Another thing, there's a lot of important resources. I just want to make sure I'm throwing out there so you guys are maximizing your potential in the game. There's a new chest for December. Again, I'm loving this. Free energy every single day if you can get through the mental roadblock of logging in, getting the verification code every single time. Free energy every single day. That's like 3,000 or so energy. That's a lot of free energy being thrown out there. And this month, they're giving away free Inquisitor shards. And with Grand Inquisitor coming back, that might be just enough for you to get your 7-star Inquisitors potentially. That's going to be on the web store only. So again, I'll leave links down below. You got to go to the web store, link it to your game, get a verification code. There's a lot of hurdles just to get a free pack. But free stuff, I don't want to complain too much about it. But let's talk about the other stuff that we have here about Starros, as well as the Guild Event Token currency, as well as the Galactic Legend Tickets is going to be the remaining part of this conversation here. So Sana, as we said, we're going to be testing her out. Seems like she's really going to be making a lot of great use out of leftover rebels, especially Stormtrooper Han. So really looking forward to it. But as we noticed in the kit reveal, there wasn't really any direct callouts to Dr. Aphra, and that's, you know, fine. You know, for example, Fennec didn't have direct callouts to Boba Fett's Sign of Jango because he wasn't in the game yet. But afterwards, they kind of added some direct callouts. So they might still add direct callouts to Dr. Aphra, but allegedly, from what they're saying from this Q&A thing that they did, the people submitted questions, Dr. Aphra's not released yet. Maybe next week if the certification or this update that looks like it's on the back burner. But our intent is to have Sana lead her own team, independent of Dr. Aphra's team. So interesting. This is kind of a first. Hondo didn't really create a team. The droids are nice, but they're not really creating anything brand new. Those seem to be needed for maybe the Dr. Aphra team. But allegedly, with this character, Sana, that we'll be seeing in a few hours, her own team. And maybe I'm in the wrong here. Tell me what you guys think. But I like when one character can revitalize dead characters that are ignored, forgotten, that people have to gear up for Galactic Legend requirements. I'm kind of okay with that. So, but some people would like when you're gearing up the character, it's the intended team. Unlike Starkiller, besides Mara Jade, you kind of have to go out of your way and get the right team for Starkiller. So, I could see it either way. But for me, I like that we're going to get a character intended to raise a dead faction. Moving on, this is in the data mine. So again, we have this update that's coming soon, and this update's already talking about the new territory battles coming. So I don't want to say that the territory battle's coming next week. It could be. They said December sometime, so very much so could be coming next go around, maybe after this territory battle cycle is over, and that's going to be a whole new thing. But nonetheless, this is what the Guild Token 3 currency is looking like. And usually when they release a new guild token currency, they kind of let you farm some important characters. I'm wondering if we're gonna be able to start farming Wat Tambor, Ki-Adi-Mundi, for those that maybe can't get access to the missions, but you get the currency. That's gonna be curious, because especially the point being of this, of the token currencies, that it helps you farm stuff on previous territory battles that you can't play anymore because you might be engaging into new stuff. So that's kind of why we see guild token 1, 2, and 3. Yes, there's exclusive stuff for that TV, but sometimes lets you farm older stuff for events that you're not going to be playing anymore. So let's keep moving on, though. This is quite interesting. All over Reddit today, there are people in the future that could see the weekly shipments. This is a first, and I know some people want my take on this. Light side, dark side, Galactic Legends tickets are showing up to be purchased. Now, a lot of people's initial reactions are, oh gosh, they're going to add another layer of tickets for a new Galactic Legend. I don't think that's going to be the case. If that happens, I'll be proven wrong, but I'm going to have some optimism. I don't think that's the case. I think they recognize over at CG that tickets are one of the most miserable things. I don't care if you're free to play, pay to play. Getting tickets is miserable, especially if you lose. You got to do it all over again. So they're not giving you a mercy thing, so if you lose, you can keep the tickets and try again. No, they're not doing that, but they are selling this, which is the first. And in the data mine as well, I think I actually had another. There we go. In the data mine as well. Big shout to Kadar for taking screenshots for me. There are also potential packs that are coming down the pipeline. That this might be sometime December. They usually do like some holiday bundle stuff or whatever. But it looks like they're starting to just sell tickets, and this could be because of people like me. It's a more very end game thing where you hoard energy for Galactic Legend tickets, so that way you're not spending a month or so getting a Galactic Legend. You can get the Galactic Legend day one. So maybe they're just starting to open up the nozzle. They've been really willy-nilly. Like they used to have restraint on their packs. Now there's no restraint. Buy as many Datacron packs as you want. Here, buy Omicrons right away. Whereas before you couldn't buy Zetas right away when they first came out because they were very exclusive. They just seem to be just monetizing everything at this point. In regards to valuation, are these worth 250 crystals, 500 crystals? From my take here, if you're only doing the 50 crystal refreshes, likely not worth getting these. It's when you start going beyond the 50s, like maybe to the 100s, the 200s, the 400s, that's where you're going to start seeing more value in regards to this. Because if you think about it, 250 crystals, that's about what, 5 normal energy refreshes, and you're probably getting what, like 5 to 8 on average per refresh. So if you go by that math, you're going to get much more than 25 tickets for 250 crystals. So I don't think is going to be a free-to-play thing per se. And also you got to keep in mind, as you're farming for the tickets, you're farming gear and characters, and that's also additional value as well. So that's why I'm not seeing crazy value here. If they're like maybe 50 crystals, okay, you got me sold. But the fact that you're farming characters, gear, and you're getting tickets all at once, and you're getting more tickets for 250 crystals or 500, yeah, it's not gonna be worth it. But if you're something that goes into the 400s, the hundreds, yeah, you're gonna start seeing some value at that point. in time. And ladies and gentlemen, Gungs and Droid, that's pretty much gonna be it for today's little mini Arnold HoloNet news update. But please, 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 this is why I put it very early on in the video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But long story short, it feels a little scummy and grimy that CG has not acknowledged, just saying, hey guys, by the way, since we're halving the value of the gear in the relic store or in the scavenger, make sure you scrap the stuff that you want. So probably after Sana today and early next week, I'm gonna be scrapping all this. Basically everything you see here, I'm gonna get rid of it. Even I don't need 700 Carbantes. I just want to make sure I'm getting as much circuit boards, and I already started. I already got like 2,000 circuit boards. So again, carbonite circuit boards, bronzium wiring, chromium transistors, rhodium heat sinks are pretty much the ones you're looking at. You don't need to worry about electrum conductors, Zibital cards, impulse detectors, the keypads, but everything that's pretty much purple except Kairos and under the greens, the blues, and whatnot. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it all, and you're gonna have double gear soon, and it's gonna replenish once more. So putting it out there, this is your second warning. I might do one more next week, but this should be enough of a heads up for all of you guys to get ahead of the ball game. So thank you so much for stopping by. Hope to see you for the Sana Starros testing. Really interested in how they're gonna be revitalizing a very odd part of the game. Lando, Stormtrooper Han, boy, that's some day one stuff back in the good old days. Thank you for stopping by, and as always, remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.